welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Hello, and welcome to Wednesday, the After the Show podcast, the part of the show where you actually get to see us. How special is this, huh? Look at that. Let's see, Virginia, Jaybird looking good, Denny Suits, everybody is here today. So nice to see you all after a little break from the show.
Suits still got that Corona lighting.
I thought I improved it. I got my light bulb here that I
There
found
you
sitting behind the desk.
go.
I'm just being a dick, Suits. Don't pay me no mind.
You moved it and it got a little better, Pumpkin.
Okay, it looks better now, I think, than without it because it was really rough without that light.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to notice that Virginia's got a lot of kind of like they're supposed to be sweet, but they're kind of insulting the pumpkins and the bless your hearts. I'm just trying to figure out when you're on that side of it. I don't know how that makes you feel.
Oh, it's terrible. It's anytime I get hit with a pumpkin, Kevin, I feel triggered and hurt.
Well,
to
it's
the point where
pumpkin season.
Sorry. And she likes to interrupt me too, Kevin.
You guys sound like The View.
Well, you hit a verbal speed bump, so I was like, all right, he's obviously stopping.
Dog, that's just my act. I always verbally hit speed bumps.
I love pumpkins. It's pumpkin spice season. I mean nothing but love when I call you Pumpkin.
Okay.
I think we all agree Virginia's the biggest
Nothing but
dick on the show.
Pumpkin dick.
We got some emails that have come in here today. One from Ashley. She said, the 70s Name That Tune game got me thinking, can we get the Jaybirds to cover Summer Breeze and Landslide? I think they could put a sweet spin on those or maybe do a little mashup sample for the fans.
Consider it done.
Okay. So you're getting some requests there. That's nice.
But unfortunately, my team got sick on me. Suits got Corona and kind of fucked the whole Jaybirds thing up. We were on a roll there.
Yoko Corona fucked up your band.
Yoko Corona.
Suits, you Yoko'd the band?
Already.
I fucked everything up. I can't believe this. I didn't think it would be me. I really did not think it was going to be me. It was going to end up getting it.
You were so careful.
The question remains, who gave it to who?
Well, I saw this story yesterday, and it was from a major news publication. Now, it was a study that was done in like China, so I'm not sure how much I trust it. But it said that Corona can live on like salmon, cold salmon, for over a week. And I happen to have had salmon like 4 days before I got the coronavirus. So now it's all in my head that I had Corona salmon, and that's what caused it.
Wow. And honestly, I read a story today. A new study confirmed that food contamination is almost definitely not a way of transmitting coronavirus. Well, it said there has not been any evidence that food packaging, or food handling is a transmission route.
Even if the pizza guy looks like he's got it.
Coronavirus, right?
Yeah, this is clearly politically motivated.
Clearly.
Totally motivated.
Well, that's person to person there, Virginia. That's person to person if you're talking about a pizza guy. If he's handing you the pizza, that story is saying you can't get it from the pizza.
Okay. All right. Well, what about the guy that made the pizza?
Oh, yeah. He has Corona, and he also
if he's coming over to your house.
I think there's a delay here because I do think there's a delay today, or at least on the podcast, because I've seen Kevin. All of us have talked and said a sentence, and he backs off, and then it kicks up, and then Kevin starts to talk. Dennis, what the fuck's going on?
I mean, it could be somebody's internet. How do I sound or look?
Hi.
Besides that,
so normal.
We had 40 minutes there, bro.
Yeah, there's no way Dennis did not get high.
You look the same as every after the show podcast we've done from home. High AF.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, who knows? 40
He's
minutes.
never going to want to go back.
40 minutes. I mean, 40 minutes, guys. I was left alone with my new dab rig.
Yeah, it is kind of, I will say there are some perks to being at the apartment for this, right? Or the home, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay. Somebody say maybe I'm freezing, so I don't know. It could be. I had a freeze earlier, so who knows?
I think you're back now, baby.
Yeah,
I got it now.
Yeah, I got to do the show back in the bedroom because I got a kid that's doing the schooling thing, and he's got that audio cranked. So it is so loud. I'm surprised you guys can't hear it through the door.
Why don't you go in there and say, "This is my fucking house. Turn it down."
Hey, look at me in the hallway.
That would be so funny to watch live in real time. Kevin just losing it on the virtual schooling.
Trying to be cool. Let me see. You got some people in the chat room. Leonardo said 26,000 college students have gotten the coronavirus since college opened. 0 have been hospitalized. Play college football, Big Ten. There you go. Speak of my language.
Politically motivated.
Yeah. No, I guess at this point it is. It's crazy because they don't have any reason to not play. I think that's really what happened. Biden came out with that commercial that Donald Trump killed fall football, and now the Democratic presidents of the universities are like, "Yeah, we're not going to let you play football."
Is there a commercial about it?
Yeah, Biden released a commercial that Donald Trump's the reason why you aren't watching Big Ten football. And so all the presidents are in Democratic states, and there's a collusion that's going on here. They won't allow it to happen. So Trump has tweeted out 5 times that the Big Ten needs to play. So it is completely political.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. So the Big Ten won't play.
I never thought that everything would be political.
No, seriously, I could go on Facebook today and somehow make pineapple being on pizza political. I'm not kidding.
Probably. Yeah. It's crazy. Well, and that's the one thing that they keep looking at is, the hospitalization rates. And there's still a lot of stories that are out there that's trying to make you afraid of coronavirus. They had that story about Sturgis about, 8 million people got coronavirus from that. And it cost $12 billion or whatever the freaking numbers were on it. That was absolutely crazy and asinine. And they've pretty much, anybody who knows anything about that has gone in and said there's no truth to the story whatsoever. In fact, I saw somebody break down basically how they came about the number, and it was completely bunk. It's a spin job just to frighten people about it.
Do you know what publication is, just out of curiosity?
The Ethical Skeptic is the guy that I saw that showed the model that they used and how they came about it, but it has been pushed out in like USA Today and I think New York Times. There's a whole bunch of different publications. I saw WPTV getting blasted. They posted it last night, and people are like going, "This is nothing but fear porn and propaganda, man. What are you guys doing? You guys are
Suits
spinning
loves
lies."
Suits' new favorite porn is fear porn. He told me that.
He does.
I mean, who doesn't love it?
He loves to jerk off watching Friday the 13th.
That's a lot of fun.
You scare it right out of you.
Scared myself.
You scare yourself into orgasm.
Oh God!
Great.
Oh.
All done.
Yeah, and they said too, because I know we were talking a little bit earlier about the schools, and I saw this today too. It said just 17% of kids with coronavirus are hospitalized. They said that researchers looked 315 kids with coronavirus, more than 14 over the flu. They're saying that's kind of the big concern, though, is that the flu is coming up, and that is a bigger issue for kids. So, yeah, they're just going to be all kinds of germy. So that is all coming everybody's way. There were some stories earlier today. People were texting by, and it sounds like, what people were saying, because we were talking about what's going on with the schools and how I think it was like Palm Beach County, the school board, or was the union, the teachers union was not feeling it. But there were a lot of people that were saying that Martin County's got it, and Port St. Lucie too, in St. Lucie County, that things were pretty smooth there. I don't know if you've heard anything from parents up there, Virginia, but it sounded like they got it going pretty well.
Yeah, I think most of the vibe that I'm seeing about Martin County is positive. But, I'm not looking for the negative either. I really don't, because it is what it is right now. And we've still got Rocco at home. So we're a little bit more set cautiously than some moms and dads. But everything that I'm reading and seeing from his school is nothing but positive and nothing but good news.
Somebody had sent a text message earlier. They said, right now I have a mom that's high risk for COVID and I don't want to send my kids to school, but my ex-wife wants them to go. What do I do?
Should have got married.
Is your mom that's high risk for COVID in your house?
I would assume so, because I don't want to send my kids to school, but my ex-wife wants them to go. Yeah, that would be the question. If she's not in the house, and yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing you got to do is if you've got somebody that is at risk, you got to do what you can to try to keep people away from each other. And the one thing that, I can tell you with, me having the coronavirus, my mother-in-law, she is here and she's on the other side of the house, and her and Cannon never got it. So everybody else in my family was fine. And, I probably went a couple days not even knowing that I had it. And so, I think if you have, and I don't have a big house by any means, it's just a regular small little house. So, I think that really is the answer, that you've got to do what you can to try to separate people if you do have somebody that, is high risk. So. Anyway.
Yeah, even if you have nobody in your house with corona, but you have like a kid that's going to elementary school and you're afraid for grandma because she's in the house with you, it may be a good idea to let them live separate lives under the same roof, as long as they're not ever in the same space, breathing the same air, touching the same stuff. I think you really reduce your risk of passing it back and forth between those two individuals.
Yeah, no, that seems to be it. So, yeah, so I'm not scared of the coronavirus. I think I'm going to more likely die in Mexico, is what Tom is saying here in Coral Springs. He said, I saw this article this morning and thought that I would share it with Kevin. It's from the New York Post, and it says, bodies of missing California couple found at bottom of well in Mexico.
Yeah, 2 American tourists dead in the bottom of a well. Ask them how their Mexico trip went.
Nah, my boy will absolutely not get hurt. I think that article is politically motivated.
Oh man. Yeah, it happened in they were in the western Mexican state of Baja. He has a second home there near El Socerrito, and yeah.
So these weren't just even American tourists. These were people that lived in California and in Mexico.
Yeah, apparently had a second home there. It says, meanwhile, a Los Angeles firefighter is still missing after vanishing from his condo in the Baja California resort town of Rosarito late last month. He's a 48-year-old. Wow. Okay.
They're snatching gringos, Kevin. I mean, you might as well wear a sign, snatch me first.
Oh my gosh.
Kevin doesn't really look like a gringo though.
You're the gringiest gringo ever.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, they said he might have been a victim of a quote unquote violent kidnapping. Oh my gosh.
So how do you do a peaceful kidnapping?
Yes, could you come with me, sir? Thank you very much.
Sure thing.
If it's too peaceful, don't go.
Yeah, we're going to be putting a drill bit under your fingernails, and that's crazy.
I just hope if I ever do get kidnapped and tortured that I just don't let them see me sweat. You know what I mean? They're doing the whole nail torture thing, and I look at them and go, fuck you, take the nails. I don't like them anyway. I hope it would go down that way.
There's not a chance.
Not a chance?
No.
I try to do like a catchphrase, like a one-liner or something to them.
You're not in a movie. Real life, you're crying like a bitch.
Oh God, that hurts. Please don't.
I love my pinky nail.
I'm crying and I probably poop in my pants.
Yeah, please stop. Please stop. They're like going, hey, dude, we haven't even started yet, man.
Oh my gosh. As soon as they put me in a trunk, I would start weeping like the bitch that I am.
I don't think I would weather myself well. Yeah. I'll throw no stones on that one. There's been a couple stories. I don't know if you've seen any of them. One, somebody sent us, I can't get this to load, but it was a former handyman linked Carol Baskin's husband's disappearance. There's, they're apparently looking into Carol Baskin's ex. Apparently that's been revived a bit, and there are actually people that are looking for it.
Well, they have been talking a lot about it, but where's the actual, she didn't do it by herself. Did somebody help her? They were saying it was some of her family members, and then that's why the secret's never been told. But if it's a handyman, I mean, he can be bought. We can buy him to tell us what happened.
It's so funny. Every murder special, just about, there's always some kind of handyman involved. Either they saw something, they were involved, they murdered, they hid the weapon. What the fuck's up with handyman?
Yeah, there was something about, I was reading something the other day. I think it was just yesterday. And there was something about somebody that was acting all sketchy, that there was, I think, a cooler that appeared on their porch and it was locked. And they said, don't go near that. And somebody said, yeah, Don got what was coming to him. So there's some more stories about that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, if they put Don in a cooler, somebody sliced him up and then ended up feeding him to the tigers, and we're never going to find the body.
Yeah. They're keeping those cutlets on ice.
Oh, tigers love chilled meat.
Yeah, it's an Entertainment Tonight news story. It says Tiger King woman claims her ex may have had something to do with disappearance of Carol Baskin's husband. So that's what it was. Yeah.
The handyman's ex is talking?
Yeah, it says woman claims her ex may have had something to do with disappearance of Carol Baskin. It's on an upcoming episode of 48 Hours Suspicion. A new witness comes forward with information about the 1997 disappearance of Don Lewis, Carol Baskin's ex-husband.
Okay, let's get into it, because if she's the ex of the handyman and he's the one that did the dirty work for Carol Baskin, the handyman probably came home and told his wife, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what I did at work today. Chopped up this dude and fed him to a tiger. Everything's great. The secret is kept until they get divorced and she's mad at him, which it sounds like that's happening now. If she's his ex and she's ready to tell the real details, I believe her.
Yeah, and I just fact checked what Virginia said too. Tigers love chilled meat.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. They'll take it any way they can. In the 48 Hours clip, Trish Farr Payne alleges that her ex-husband, Kenny Farr, may be connected to his disappearance. He served as a handyman for the pair, taking care of both their big cats and properties. She said that one night her husband, she claims, who was violent towards her, arrived home with Don Lewis's van and alleges there were guns in the van, which she claims her then husband told her belonged to Don Lewis. And he said, listen, Don's gone. I'm hanging on to these. If anybody calls, you don't say anything about Don, is what she says. 2 days later, Carol Baskin reported Don Lewis missing. And they say Kenny's got Don's van. Kenny's got Don's guns. Don's gone. I knew Don was gone the day before he was supposedly missing. Something wasn't right. And she said that's when the cooler appeared on her front porch, a large freezer with a padlock.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don's final resting place.
She totally did it, allegedly.
And she goes on to say, Kenny had threatened to put me in a grinder. He said, if you try to leave me again, I'm going to put you in the grinder like I did Dawn.
Oh, damn.
Do you think they put Dawn in the grinder alive?
No.
All right, that'd be torturous.
I mean, you're some kind of sick fuck if that's what you do.
They would have been from Mexico.
That's what's going to happen to Kevin.
That's going to happen to Kevin in Juarez. They're going to make chorizo out of him.
Look, I don't know what it is, but a younger Carol Baskin gets the bird going.
We know you've talked about how Carol Baskin young photos got you at attention.
No, I never said that. That's a fucking fake Virginia quote again. I said she was hot. People are going to think I was looking at an old photo and I'm popping boners left and right, which
Tiger Wood. You got Tiger Wood.
Tiger Wood.
That's Denny's. She might have to take joke jury from you. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So interesting stuff. So apparently it was the handyman that helped Carol Baskin kill Don Lewis. And this woman knows all about it. Now, whether or not that would stand up in a court, I don't know. But if you want to watch that, it's a pretty good sell for anybody who cares about the Tiger King story. And if you do care, Joe Exotic is saying he was sexually assaulted in prison.
And he probably liked it.
Probably did. Yeah. I don't even know if that's a problem.
Freaky monkey. I think Joe was a little. Joe loved threesomes. Joe loved playtime. Okay.
I think Joe loved more than three. I think if Joe could have a 9-some, he would.
You're going to have a hard time convincing me Joe is sad about being molested in prison.
Mm-hmm.
He's a freaky monkey.
Apparently he's asking President Trump for a pardon. So he believes he's worthy of one. So
we'll Trump talked about him in the press. Someone asked Trump a question about Tiger King and Trump answered it. So Trump entertained the idea of talking about the Tiger King.
Oh, he did. What did he say?
Someone asked about the Tiger King and I don't think he was that familiar with it, and I can't fucking remember. And I'm sure if I paraphrase it wrong, I'm going to be politically motivated now, and I don't want to be involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, how Carol Baskin does. I don't think she's going to be on Dancing with the Stars long. Lisa says it's so annoying that Dancing with the Stars asked her to be on there. I think we put up a little bit of a poll on it, one of our social platforms, and actually the response wasn't great. People didn't seem like they were really too into the idea.
She's a big name because of the show, but everybody thinks Carol killed her husband except for her current husband. And that's just the disbelief you need to live in to survive.
Well, and the thing I wonder too, even though the numbers were huge for Netflix, how many people still really, when you're talking about the general public, has seen Tiger King or even knows about it or cares?
It's low. The numbers I have is, I think, with 13 to 14%.
Yep.
Sounds right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. All right. Very low. I don't know what they're doing. Let me see. We did post some stuff up for people's thoughts. The poll that we had going on today, I'll be putting more up here throughout the day. Didn't want to bombard people too much too quick, but just to let people know, go on to our KVJ show Twitter and you can vote. I'll put another one up here in a second. But the first thing we asked, what is better, bagels or toast? And bagels is winning 75% to 25%.
Well, think about it too, though. Bagels have standalone restaurants and places. Where the fuck do you ever go to a toast restaurant? Who's selling toast? Nobody.
Toast is not as exciting. I mean, think about the everything bagel and what it can do for you. It's so good.
I don't know. Toast to toast. I like the sound of that.
Say it again.
Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. I forget we're live. Sorry, Kevin.
I was like, what?
Denny's, can you edit that out? Oh, wait, it's live.
It does suck when things are live, man.
Ain't no going back on that one. Mm-hmm. Something else that we do have on our social media as well, you can go and check out. It is about the position that you sleep in at night and how successful you'll be and how much money. They say that they've seen a correlation based on sleep studies that people who sleep in the position known as the free fall will make more money. 29% of those earning more than $70,000 a year prefer to sleep with their arms and legs spread out either side of them. That is what the free fall is.
Like this? With your arms like this?
It's kind of like, if you just did, kind of like if you were just falling off a building, basically that's it. You would be kind of like this with your head down and your legs are kind of like spread like that. So you're just completely kind of like relaxed. And then, your arms are just off to the side, maybe one up, one down.
I'm married. We try not to spread our legs. That doesn't sound comfortable. how are you going to sleep good like that?
Yeah, well, some people do, and apparently those are the people who make the most money. They say, in contrast, 29% of people earning less than $70,000 prefer sleeping in the fetal position. So they say if you sleep in the fetal position, that you will be in the lowest earning category.
Is that like on your side? That's what I do.
Yeah, that's on your side, kind of like, how they talk about somebody curled up in the fetal position, where like a fetus sleeps in the womb. That's how you sleep in the bed. Yeah.
That.
Yeah, they say that is the lower earning categories. Yep. Oh, yeah. No, he's there. I see him. I just can't hear him. He's muted himself.
Kevin! Okay, here we go.
Yeah, now you don't have to scream in the mic.
Sorry. What's up, y'all?
Then they say the fetal followed by the pillow hugger is the second. And pillow hugger is somebody that does anybody put a pillow between their knees when they sleep? Or you hug a pillow?
I put the comforter between my knees. I like it in between because I don't like my knees to touch.
You got them bony knees?
I got witch knee. Pointy old witch knee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. That's what they're talking about.
When I was younger, I used to kind of, if I couldn't sleep, I'd kind of get on all my fours.
And fuck the sofa?
Virginia, how dare you?
How
dare you finish my story? No, I would almost kind of like, for lack of a better term, doggy style. I'd kind of be like, I kind of
so let the sofa fuck you?
No, you sick fuck.
This is twisted.
Never mind. I knew this would be misconstrued in the media. I'm backing out, Kev.
It's politically motivated.
Politically motivated, exactly. It is. Everything is. Let me see some other emails we got here. Jamie said, I'd like to welcome back Mikey to the chat. He was in the hospital and is now on the mend. We missed you and your snarky comments.
Mikey. Oh, chanting is hard on this stream, y'all. I'm sorry about that. It was terrible. Mm-hmm. Somebody said Jaybird puts Chewies in between his knees.
You're so evil. Listen to how she laughs at evil.
Yeah. she loves a good dog raping joke.
I mean, honestly, you could not pick more of the sweetest fucking soul on the planet, and you're ripping on him. Why don't you rip on Denny's while you're at it? Or a fucking newborn kitten. All right, sorry, Kev, as you were.
Someone's a little tender.
Mm-hmm. Chewy. Let me see. Cesar from Green Acres said, Jaybird, you should watch episode 21 on YouTube about David Arquette. Listen on your podcast app of Steve-O's Wild Ride. It features David Arquette. I recommend it because you were so passionate that he ruined WCW, and so was I at the time. Then I saw the podcast, and my view changed.
I know the podcast. I know all about it. And I'm just telling you right now, I don't give a shit if David Arquette feels bad or if wrestlers forgave him. Bottom line, David Arquette and ICP ruined fucking WCW wrestling. Can I get an amen?
Amen. Thanks, Chewy.
Leave my dog out of your mouth.
Leave your dog out of your mouth.
She won't stop, will she?
Can't stop.
David sent this. He said, does this guy not look exactly like a mashup of Kevin and Jason together? Let me see. Can we do that in a way that you guys can see it? I got to find my camera here.
Totally does.
It does.
That's weird, man.
Who is that love child?
That's Kevin Pennington.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, huh? That's funny.
Huh, it does.
Okay. That's from Jenko Fishing, apparently. So got to track that guy down. He's our twin. Let me see. Got a couple other emails here. One is Emily with a fun fact for the bird. I was doing some mindless scrolling on the internet and I saw a fact that made me think of Bird. He's always wondering how many murderers you've encountered in your life. And somebody did the math. They say that someone living in an average sized city sees 10 new people per day times 365 times 71 years of living. That's about 260,000 separate individuals somebody might walk by. 260,000 people in a lifetime, 6 murders per 100,000 people. Basically about 16 murderers to get down to the end answer without showing all the math. 16 murderers is how many you'll walk by in a lifetime.
I mean, that makes sense.
Totally does. Because you hear these guys, when they've got them in prison and they're on Dateline after they've been convicted, they talk about how the randoms searched for victims and what they would go looking for and where they would find them on their bicycles or walking behind an alley.
Well, the thing that I think the thing that's crazy too, because we were talking a little bit about it on the Weird Whatever podcast, just in South Florida alone, missing people or people that have been murdered and then not identified. There are people that go to the grave or the urn that get away with murder. And you never know what happens to the people that are. I mean, I think that happens a lot more than we think. I mean, if you do research in all these little cities or little towns all through America, there's so many that have these stories that are never reported in the media.
And there's so many of these grifters that do serial killing. They talk about it on Dateline all the time. And I love the Dateline podcast. And it's crazy when you hear the guys that went after random chicks, just somebody they had no affiliation with whatsoever. They love to go town to town and then they get the hell out of town after they murder.
Dang. Okay.
That would be more of a skilled murderer, Kevin, because they know that trends and if they keep doing certain things, they're going to get caught. So they go to different states. That's, that's when you're dealing with something horrifying, an intelligent murderer.
Yeah, that's scary.
Got an email here from Heather recommending, if you have not checked it out yet, The Umbrella Academy is a good show. 2 seasons so far. It's about 7 kids are all born on the same day to women who were not pregnant when the day started. They're adopted and raised by a mysterious man who starts what's the Umbrella Academy, but these are not ordinary children. They each have a different superpower. Ooh, okay. There you go. I've seen that on Netflix. That's one of their big recommended shows. So there you go. And I started watching Peaky Blinders. I got through, I think, the first season of it. I'm just kind of curious what people think about it moving on. It's okay. It's I'm enjoying it, but I don't know if it's A material yet.
What's it about?
It is kind of around like right after World War I in England, and it's kind of a family that, in a sense, have a gang. They run, numbers, horses, stuff like that, and so it's kind of almost like a gang type show from set in that time. It's a timepiece.
I had a couple of family members that ran numbers.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. Back in the day up north. I've already said too much, but.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Your uncle?
No, tell me.
I've already said too much, Kevin.
If you're Italian, chances are you got an uncle that ran numbers.
Yeah, I had possibly a few uncles that might have ran some numbers.
And what even does that mean? What does running numbers really even mean?
Sports betting, I think, right? Like, I don't know. They keep like all these books with you could bet on anything.
Yeah, you go uptown to bet, Kevin. If you don't like the odds uptown, you know what? Take your act downtown then.
You're up. Okay. Uptown, downtown. Okay.
That's pretty much what I've gathered when it comes to running numbers. That's all I got.
Kevin's got out his gringo pencil. He's writing every word.
I am. I got it. Got an interesting email. I think I need to edit up a little bit because it looks a little bit long, but the title definitely got my attention here. It says, "Mother-in-law is a killer." So, yeah, I probably ought to go through this because, like I said, it's a pretty lengthy email. But I'll check that out. Maybe get that edited for tomorrow. We can check out. So interesting story. Wow.
Yeah. What would you
Mhm.
do? What would you do if you found out Debbie, your mother-in-law, was a killer?
Oh
All
my
this time,
gosh.
she had
Yeah.
been murdering on the weekends or whenever you guys weren't paying attention, and like it went on for 10 years.
Oh, it'd be crazy. Yeah. If I found out that even just say she'd ever killed and got away with it, maybe even as in an accident, and she's here and my wife's like, whatever you do, you can't turn my mom in. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what a burden, huh?
And then you found out her MO was feeding part of her victim's organs. She likes to put that into her food she likes to cook. You're like, holy shit, what have I eaten?
Yeah, you go to that level, I'm turning you in. Like if it's something that's kind of, maybe she accidentally ran somebody over or something like that, hit a drunk and never, then I'm like, maybe I don't say anything. But yeah, if you're carving people up and putting them in food, then yeah, you need to leave my house.
What would you do, Virginia, if you found like your mom all of a sudden confesses to you when she was 22, she accidentally ran somebody over, killed them, and got away with it. But the family never got closure and they're still looking for answers. You know everything. Do you turn her in?
Oh my gosh, that would be so tricky. If I knew there was a family waiting for answers all this time.
But if you go to the police, she's done. She possibly even goes to the chair.
I'm not turning in Big Linda. That's just not ever going to be my thing. I don't believe that family should turn in family. I just don't. But I do want to give that family closure. I write them an anonymous letter and I just give them all the answers they want, but I don't implicate Big Linda.
Your mom is so fucked.
They will follow that letter back to her. There's no way
yeah.
to bring her down.
Yeah, you're just delaying the inevitable.
Just littered with sequestered DNA.
I've been watching way too much Law and Order stuck here at home in my quarantine. Believe me, they figure it out.
I think there's some people that would like to see Denny's dab rig. Is that something that we're allowed to show?
I don't know. What's our company
Show
policy?
the rig. Show the rig.
Yeah,
All
I
I
don't
have
know.
is-
I mean, we definitely heard it, so I don't know if there's any difference between hearing it and seeing it. I don't know.
Here's the thing. The difference will be this. Audio, we can say that we manipulated the audio and you can't prove it. But if we now are on video showing the rig, technically, it's up to our company policy.
Oh,
Not that I looked into any of this before.
So
We've been showing the rig for years.
Yeah.
Is this dab rig, is it legal or illegal?
No, it's legal. And it's not going to be a problem about the legality. It's going to be a company thing. It's up to y'all. Just know that we are messing with danger.
I don't know the company.
Doesn't he have a card though that allows him to imbibe legally?
He does.
It's true. It's just company policy, so it's up to you guys.
Yeah,
You
look,
don't have it.
I'm just warning
Close
y'all
by.
when we are in that we're about to get fired meeting. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just put it out there.
Well,
So do you ever hold the rig? And if so, are you then the rig and the pig?
Are you calling me a pig? Is that what's going on?
You don't remember the nickname? You and Riggy, you were the rig. He was the pig.
Virginia,
I was the pig?
nobody remembered that.
So
Stop trying to make rig and pig happen.
The rig and the pig was awesome.
I don't think anybody remembers it.
Yeah, no, she completely just lost the audience.
Yeah. It's an old nickname.
Well,
But yeah, I mean, it looks like a regular bong.
Mm-hmm.
The way it works with concentrates, though, is instead of using a lighter to singe the plant, what they do is they make a concentrated paste, and you use a little piece of metal or something to poke it with, and you kind of cover the end with it. But now the bong is designed that it has a piece of glass that you heat up, which is that noise you heard in the audio, and it gets real hot. And then you just touch it to it.
Is the heating instrument ever built into the bong? Because I would think that would be ideal.
Oh, Kevin is so pot curious. He is so pot curious.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a creme brulee
Couldn't
torch.
somebody build that onto a bong to make it all just so you don't? Because I mean, think about it. If you had your bong and you'd be like, oh man, I can't find my. Imagine if you're absent-minded. If you put them on one instrument together, be like, hey, I just hit this button and it hits the fire. And you see what I'm saying here? Does that mind making any sense?
They got them. The electric dab rigs, electric bongs, they're all cool. They use a heating coil element, so you don't have to use anything.
Yeah, it's all contained in one,
butane or
instrument.
Yeah, they're cool. They're about every
so bad.
He's high curious. He really is.
It's fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always,
I would love to do a dab with Kevin and then just talk about the universe. He would get into it.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. Yeah. I don't know. After Portland, I'm a little scared.
Yeah, no, Kevin, you would not handle a dab well.
Kevin went too hard.
Yeah, no, you got to start me at the lightest. Yeah, no, well, I thought, what's 2 hits? I mean, it can't be that bad, right? Oh my gosh,
Wiz Khalifa's DJ's pot.
Yeah, what's 2 hits? I haven't smoked weed since I was 16.
Oh, and honestly, back in Logan, the kind of weed we had, you could smoke 3 joints and be fine.
Oh, you had that old man farmer weed. Yeah, nowadays, shit's crazy, Kevin.
I think most of it was oregano, so. Yeah, it never worked out. Okay, yeah, maybe one of these days. I gotta get that red card. Gotta keep it legal,
That would be quite the podcast.
But again, I don't know if we would be allowed to do that because of company policy. We have to look into that.
Bruh, just ask for forgiveness, not permission. Duh.
Just ask for a new job, bro.
Yeah. Would you guys please hire me in another position since you just fired me?
Yeah, I just got fired for smoking weed on the air. I swear I'm responsible.
All right. Well, I'm back to the school. Got to go help the kid out. Got to help him cheat in his history class. That's coming up. I got to feed him some answers. They kind of be like going, wait, because I was answering all this stuff. He's like going, what's going on? How's this kid know all this stuff? I'm like going, it was 79 AD. He's like 79 AD. The guy's like,
what?
Yeah. And so yeah, I'm gonna go help Cannon cheat. So you guys enjoy your day, and we'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Goodbye.